we have to unleash another elephant in the room. Or I guess it's the first elephant in the room. You had your first threesome last night with us.
Yeah.
It is
and we didn't
camera.
find out it was your first threesome until literally 2 minutes before we
I
started.
was kind of embarrassed to say.
Oh my god, why?
I
Don't
almost
be
was like,
embarrassed.
well, I could like consider myself slutty and like out there, but so I thought you guys would have just assumed like, oh, she's probably done like threesomes before, so I was like nervous to be like, but you guys were so nice. Like I felt so comfortable, like because you guys were like guiding me through it, like in the beginning, like telling me like how it works, not just like assuming that I would know.
I like wish that your first threesome was off camera because I feel like it's like you're allowed to be a little bit more comfortable.
Definitely.
Obviously, it's hot the first time on camera too for different reasons because you're being filmed and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we should do it again off camera because I feel like it's
I thought the same thing when we left. I was like, I kind of wish like it wasn't filmed.
Filmed?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's like basically two different threesomes in me and Lena's world, and there's the kind we used to do a lot, and then there's the kind we do now. The kind we do now, we have cameras set up, or we iPhone it, and we make content out of it. Back in the day, it was like, no, we would like go to the club and have a bunch of drinks with the girl, and then we would, you know,
fuck for like 6 hours
come
after.
home,
Like,
going crazy. And I do recall that very fondly. Those were good
my
times.
mouth would be raw by the end of the night, but it was so fun. Like I would think about it for the next 2 weeks nonstop.
Yeah.
Really?
The corners of my mouth hurt last night from sucking your dick.
Really?
Is that big? I'm fully confident.
You have
That's
like
right.
you have a thick dick, yeah. So that's why
girthy?
it hurts.
Wow, we're girthy. That's good to hear.
He has a boner.
Stop.
I'm not laughing at your boner.
But okay, so what kind of stuff were you worried about, or what were you thinking about beforehand? Because I'm sure this is a position that a lot of people are in where they want to have a threesome, or they've maybe had the opportunity, they've been a little scared. Like, what were you thinking about on the flight, on the drive over, etc.?
I was nervous. I mean, when like having sex normally, it's just you and one other person.
Yeah.
So constantly you're giving each other attention. When you add that third person, I was like, well, what do I do when like they're like fucking each other? Like, so I mean, that's mostly what I was worried about.
That was it?
But then also, like, you make me super nervous.
Why?
Right.
Oh my god!
Like,
I feel like I like try to make everyone really comfortable because I don't know.
But you are in denial about the fact that you're like famous and kind of
I am.
and
I'm totally in
legendary.
denial.
Like,
I'm like,
as far as
no.
OnlyFans goes, let's be real. Like, you were one of the biggest girls earliest. So
But I don't consider myself to be like some crazy sexual athlete, you know? It's like sometimes when we're having threesomes, I will fully admit that when they're doing stuff, I just want to literally like just check out and sit back and
that's
let
how
them...
it was for times when you guys were doing stuff.
Because
I almost
sometimes-
forgot I was in the threesome. I was just like, oh my god, like, can I just watch this? Like, the rest of the
Oh
time?
yeah, it is also fun to watch, but also sometimes I'll be like, I'm tired, let me take a break, or
Right.
like, let me film for a second. But obviously, like, I get involved with the other girls too, or sometimes Adam will pull away and watch the girls get, like, it's, for me, a threesome, mostly off camera, is like a sex party.
Okay.
And like an event.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're all getting off, but like, you're really enjoying the sexual energy of more than the two people, because, you know, more bodies, more sexual energy. It's just an elevated experience in a
you
way.
can go a little crazier because, like, we always talk about this, but there was one that me and her had with like 3 or 4 other girls in Miami on New Year's, and we were all pretty fucked up, and we just went ham for like hours. And that's like a beautiful thing to be like, you know, I don't get fucked up anymore, but if you do, and you just have this like marathon nighttime sexual encounter, that's
And it
a
was,
fun
like,
time.
You know, some of the girls were like, I'm gonna go get my vibrator. And we're just like, you know, maybe a girl sucking his dick, but there's like girls over here, one's using the vibrator and one's making out with the other girl. And it's just like, it's the sexual energy is the best part.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, okay, you finally hooked up with Lena the Plug. Let's get a review of what you thought of it.
I'm fully turning red.
You hooked up with girls before, but just not in a threesome?
Yeah, not in a threesome. Well, definitely one of the best days of my life.
Oh.
I think Lena is like, and I'm not just like trying to gas you up to be nice. Like, I think you are like the ultimate baddie because you have like the sex appeal, but it's also how you carry yourself is like admirable. And also, this is a fun fact. When I started my OnlyFans, I watched your video that you made about,
on
and
YouTube?
I hear that from so many people now.
I modeled my OnlyFans and how I run it like off of what you said.
Wow.
And yeah, I've always
That's
admired
so funny.
it.
She's talking about a YouTube video I did that was like how I use OnlyFans, because OnlyFans is like a really confusing platform if you've never been on it. So I was like,
Oh, it is,
I'll just make this video, and then it like blew up during the quarantine, and so many people will tell me like, I use your video, but I feel like it's like kind of outdated because I don't know, there's so many updates on it, but wow, I feel really honored, and also just like I'm bad at compliments, so thank you.
I'm the same way.
That's beautiful. What about me? You already said I had a huge dick, but besides that,
Her mouth hurt, babe.
her mouth
Think
hurt.
about that. He's gonna be thinking about that the next time
She's
he's
lucky to
jerking
still
off,
have a
like,
mouth.
Her mouth hurt. Oh yeah.
oh yeah, her jaw was broken by the time I got down and tell the homies.
We discovered last night that Adam likes when I give head more with my Invisalign, which I'm not wearing right now. So
I just feel like it kind of slides in even better. Like I could really get it in
I
there.
think you like teeth.
I did think about becoming a dentist. My dentist name was going to be Dr.
We'll do a
Prentice.
test later. I'll put it in and I'll start sucking your dick and then I'll take it out and then you can really figure out what it was.
Oh yeah, side by side.
Side by side.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Okay, so
Everyone goes and gets Invisalign.
so you started doing OnlyFans, and how has it changed your life? Have you fully embraced it, etc.? Like exactly how much fun are you having on this platform?
So I started doing OnlyFans when I also worked a normal job. I worked at Target for 3 years. And I've always stuck with OnlyFans. Like I'm consistent, but it wasn't like my main job. Like I was still focused on like Target, and like I worked a 9 to 5. I was there like 5 days a week. But I saw you guys recently post on No Jumper asking for girls to come on the Patreon. So I emailed you guys, and Josh responded to me right away. And a few weeks later, I flew out, and ever since then, that's when I quit Target to like go on the podcast. And now I'm like 10 toes in. Like OnlyFans is my job. I'm posting every single day. I'm on it like 8 hours a day, constantly, messaging people, like looking for other people to film with.
But so does nobody back home knows that you want on the No Jumper Patreon right now,
I haven't
right?
told anyone
Because I
what
didn't
I'm
put it
doing.
on my story or anything. Because I feel like even a little bit of that would have like had the whole town talking.
Yeah.
Like I saw her on Adam's story. She's doing
There's
porn
very
with them.
Facebook
No.
groups talking about you and stuff.
That's another thing that's been difficult the past few weeks. I haven't told anyone like what I'm doing. It's hard. Like I just kind of have to like sit at home, like in my head, like there's so much exciting things going on, but I have no one to talk to because no one from where I'm from like relates or like understands this.
She said there's only one girl that she could work with in her town, and that girl doesn't really do
she
OnlyFans
stopped doing
anymore. So it's
OnlyFans,
like
yeah.
really dry over there.
Lack of commitment.
I want to know more about you working at Target because, like I said yesterday, girls at Target in LA don't look like you because there's a lot of other places they could work if they're super hot.
And
so like, did
shout
everyone...
out to all the SoCal Target girls. I'm sure there's a lot of
Right.
pretty ones.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna get
you would
hated on.
probably admit that she might be one of the prettier Target
But like,
employees, right?
were guys coming in to buy deodorant and just harassing you?
Oh, I have multiple restraining orders against guys.
From Target, not from the OnlyFans?
From Target.
Wow.
I had like a special parking spot. Like I was allowed to park in the front. When I closed at night, someone would walk me to my car, like a manager.
I want to say pretty privileged, but this is not a privilege because it was like a scary situation for you.
Pretty oppression.
It
Pretty
got to the
oppression,
point
yeah.
too. I had to start wearing a fake name tag, like someone else's name, because they started like looking me up on social media and like messaging me like creepy things.
Wow.
So
Coming to Target 5 days a week, forgetting
Yeah.
something, and just keep showing
it
back
almost
up. Oh my
got to a
God.
point where like people from my OnlyFans also knew I worked at Target, so like people would come in and like I never had someone approach me and like outwardly say like, oh, I'm subscribed to your OnlyFans, but afterwards I would like check my messages and they'd be like, oh, you just look so good like at Target right now, like thank you for helping me.
I would hire
Like,
a bodyguard that same day. Like
they
I'd
would
be so
ask
horrified.
they would ask me for help, but then like not even mention like that they were like subscribed to my OnlyFans. So just creepy stuff, and it was
Oh my
getting to
God.
a point where it was like getting creepy. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
safe for me.
Even if you didn't have to quit before your Patreon episode, you probably would have quit
Right.
right after because it would have been even worse.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. People would just be showing up.
Definitely. And it is pretty funny because, cat's out of the bag. We are now working together with Sky. But when we did the episode, it's like if you watch the Patreon episode, it's like you can slowly see me becoming more confident in your ability to be a big star on OnlyFans. Like it just slowly started to come together in my head. Like you know, like she looks really good. She has a good personality. She seems like she has a good head on her shoulders. Like I feel like we've kind of been in the position where we've been around girls and wanted us to manage them or whatever. But I felt like when I met you, I was like, you know what? She seems like she really actually has like the motivation to really do something with
Motivation
this.
and like I don't know, you're like really like smart in my opinion. I've met a lot
Thank
of
you.
girls who are like so beautiful and so talented and just like I'm like I'm not gonna wrangle them, you know. Like I feel like I could just like work with you because you're I don't know really smart and put together.
Something else that I've noticed is a lot of girls start OnlyFans as like a cash grab.
And then don't
That's
continue.
True. And
100%.
this is more like I consider this like my profession. Like I'm passionate about it. I enjoy it. A lot of people do it too just for the money, but I enjoy like actually interacting with people, like having that personal connection, like messaging them. Like I remember a lot of my fans too. Like I remember like certain names and stuff, and it's something that I genuinely enjoy like doing.
So I think that you and I can both agree that we had a nice little time here, learning a bit about Sky.
Learning a bit more because I learned a lot about her last night.
Right.
I know all about what she looks like.
Yeah.
Feels like.
How do you guys feel
smells
about
like.
learning a little bit
Does
more?
smell good.
You smell really good. I picked her up today. She got in my car. My whole car, like it's like my car lit up into a different color. It's just like, what are you wearing? You smell really good. It's from Sephora.
Lena's out here just sniffing.
I lost my sense of smell and I'm kind of getting it back.